Hello, and welcome back to my Dwarf Fortress, my Gnomoria tutorial slash explanation slash playthrough slash whatever video. Where last we left off, we were dealing with the end of spring's arrival and the beginning of the new year. Thanks to Mr. Dispatcher, he pointed out my apple grove, though named Apple Grove, was in fact a pine grove. Whoops. And the result was that I had planted several pine saplings, but none of my apple saplings. Again, whoops. So I will correct that little mistake immediately, and have already declared this an apple grove. When these trees grow to fruition, I will cut them down and move on from there, and we will all pretend this never happened. I hope. However, otherwise, things are pretty much going with business as usual, so let's hit the play button and move on towards the end of the year. I'm going to start off by talking about events that happen. Hang on. Something cool just happened. A honey badger showed up on my map. He has bones. Bones I can use. Or she's a female, has bones. Bones I can use. The problem is, I have no military men to attack with, and fighting a honey badger with bare gnomes will get you killed. The standard orders for gnomes are to not engage in combat, and these animals are usually more scared of us than we are of them. So, I'm not worried about my folks dying yet, but I do feel bad that I'm going to be letting this go. If I had prepared my military beforehand, this wouldn't have happened. So let's take some time. Actually, this is probably a good time to spend most of the video on this, explaining how military works in this game. It is complicated, and in my opinion, is currently the worst implemented feature of the game. Okay, let's explain. Here's the military tab. Sorry, it just occurs to me I want to make sure I'm explaining this in the best way. Here's the military tab. Under the military tab, you can see all of the currently available enemies on the screen, or unknown to your gnomes, and assign different groups of yours to attack them. What groups would those be? Well, we call groups squads. Here's a list of your squads. I currently have none. I'm going to make a new squad called the Hunter guy. Okay. Random name, there you have it. Who's in it? Well, I can choose who to include in this squad. They will continue their regular duties as though they were not hunters or not part of a squad, until the squad is ordered to do something military, at which point they will act like the military folk they're supposed to be. Problem is, if you make somebody like a miner or a woodcutter a member of a squad, and their job is to generally wield a pickaxe, they'll drop their pickaxe and go to wield a sword, or vice versa, but sometimes they'll go into combat with the wrong weapon, or they'll take longer getting back to work, so I generally avoid making people who are going to be using tools part of my military militia. Also, there's the issue of specialization. Fighters put their life on the line, that's part of the job. And as you saw, my miners have been training their mining skill through countless days, in-game days, worth of pickaxing and cutting. Similarly, my farmers are specialists at farming, and you've seen just how many hundreds of plots they have to work through. Elite farmers work faster. That's kind of important. Less important in my mind are, and then there's builders and crafters. Anybody can build something, but if you want to build, if you're crafting and you craft crappy quality equipment, well, that just sucks. So, the more skilled you are at building, the better quality equipment you're likely to make. But for this one, I'm 50-50. I honestly feel like builders are a dime a dozen, especially the way I use them. Ranchers, on the other hand, I feel are not that effective as elites versus as they are as basic. I can replace a rancher much more easily than anything else. So I generally make my rancher my first military guy. Especially since they spend so much time idle, so it's not like they're likely to be asleep or away at the time. Okay, that's all well and good. So now the rancher is a member of the hunter guys. But what's he supposed to do as a member of hunter guys? Well, he obeys the position that the formation tells him to fill. What formation? Well, let's go to formations and figure that out. Okay, so now we're at formations. What is a formation? A formation is a set of 5 types of military positions, I suppose you could say, military bearings that you can fill. And as you can see, the only one that's been created so far is basic soldier. but you can assign different ones to different positions within the formation. For example, there could be the leader position could be a basic soldier, while all four of the latter could be musketmen or something. Then you can choose a perk. What does your squad benefit from? What do they do specially? Increase vision range, increase block, blah blah blah, and you choose accordingly. And, you know, declare what kind of actions they generally should be taking at all times. Okay, well and good. So if that's a formation, and formations rely on positions, what are the positions? A position dictates the bearing of an individual troop, as well as what uniform they will wear, which is honestly, in my mind, the most important thing. So let's go ahead and create a new position of our own, called the Plate Soldier. His job is to, actually, Dual Sword Plate Soldier. His job is to wield double swords and be a soldier. Pretty easy, right? So now which perk should we give him? Increase two-handed melee damage and a chance to decapitate when no armor is equipped. Yeah, no. Increase attack speed when wielding two weapons. That sounds nice. What else could I do? Scout. Increase movement speed and vision range with a torch. Increase block chance and rate. Increase range and accuracy. Range damage at a distance. Target nearby fallen enemies and do additional damage. Higher chance to hit legs and feet. Hands and arm. Aim for eyes. Higher chance to hit the eyes with ranged weapons. Taunt. Nearby enemies have a chance to target you. This generally is a good idea if you have a squad of unarmed soldiers assisting you to put on your leader. I think I'm going to actually give my dual sword plate soldier the taunt command, the taunt ability, and equip him in the uniform known as plate mail. Well, that sounds reasonable. His ruling is that he should pursue lost targets, retreat if he is bleeding, or to equip his uniform. And, yeah, that just sounds reasonable to me. Okay. Well, what is the plate mail uniform? It dictates that you would wear any helmet, breastplate, pauldron, greave, gauntlet, boot, or shield available, as well as any right-hander. Well, I specifically called him a dual swordsman, so I want him to wear dual swords. Except that I happen to know for a fact that the thing that I really need right now is the hammer, the copper hammer, that came with my initial gnome kit, so I'm going to be willing for him to go any in these positions. That's fine with me. So he should hopefully go get equipped, and when he's done getting equipped, be ready to fight. So let's go back. That's the uniform plate mail for my basic soldier. No, not my basic soldier. My dual sword plate soldier. In the formation, basic formation? No, in the formation... Oh, I didn't name it? Well, let's make a new formation then. In the formation, early game, taunt leader. Okay, so the leader is going to be a dual sword plate soldier, and those who follow him will be unarmed gnomes, because at this point I probably can't do much better. But I'll give them Way of the Gnome. Increase attack speed, attack damage, dodge chance, and dodge rate when no armor or weapon is equipped. That sounds like a lot of good melee buffs. And as long as he is there to taunt, I should be okay, right? Assist the squad leader, retreat if bleeding, retreat to equip uniform. Let's actually put them in... Yeah, this is reasonable. And the benefit would be... All these have to do with range, and I don't have that. I guess keep your eyes open. Increase vision range for each active position is nice. And we'll go unarmed gnomes for all the remaining slots in this formation. Also avoid enemies if at all possible. Okay, squads. Let's declare this formation the early game taunt leader. The dual sword plate soldier will obviously be the rancher since he is at greatest risk of dying. And for the unarmed folk, I would like a pair of builders who I would rather not see die, but, you know, I want some added melee DPS in the mix. Okay, that's the hunter guys. And now that there's a honey badger, we can tell the hunter guys to go attack it. However, I'm not going to do this, and the reason I'm not going to do this is because right now they haven't had the chance to get equipped, so they're going to rush in there unequipped and die. So, the honey badger immediately is slinking away. Coward. I want to keep an eye on my rancher to see when he eventually goes to get equipped, because I'm sure he will eventually, but it'll take him a while to decide, oh, it's important enough to do now. And this is why I say I don't like the combat programming in this game. I feel like it's inadequate for the level of fine control you need to avoid losing people. The honey badger is still in sight. If you are equipped, I say we do this. Oh, he's asleep. Alright, if he's asleep, the honey badger will probably get away before I can do anything, which sucks. We are now taking all these apple saplings and making an apple grove out of them, which is great. Let's go ahead and order up a clippings cut over some of these apple trees to renew the stash. The honey badger is hanging around, so, you know, at the very least we can go out looking for him, maybe. If he sticks around for a while longer. Well, there we go. The rancher has totally put on copper helmet, copper breastplate, and the copper hammer. I think that's sufficient that I feel safe attempting this attack. So, military, enemies, honey badger, view, move 2. It is thirsty, though not dying of thirst or anything, because there's lakes and such. Let us attack the honey badger. And unfortunately, it is quite possible that your gnomes will die in this attack, but if I can kill him, I won't have to kill a yak to get my bones. So this is important for me. Any moment now, the leader is going to show up. And there he is, he's coming over the mountain, along with the 2 builders. The builders unfortunately have gone in first, but it looks like taunt worked. And unfortunately, it looks like my guy is on the run. He's retreating because he's injured. He's going straight to the hospital, where unfortunately there is no healing to be had. I've lost sight of the fight, so... Hunter guys, enemies, why don't you show me where the enemy is? Somehow we got back outside, okay. Oh god, if you unarmed gnomes fight him alone, you are gonna die. Why are the hunter guys idle? Instead of in combat. So... I'm gonna redefine your squad behavior to say that unarmed gnomes do not retreat if you are bleeding. You can retreat to equip uniforms, but not if you're bleeding. Unfortunately, with the builder there alone, he's almost certainly gonna die before anything can happen. Because, well, let's look at his health. He's bleeding from his upper body and his right leg. I'm just really, really desperate to get this honey badger down. Yep, the builder died. I may have been too hasty in my attempt to attack, since I went in without even my dual weapons armed. Oh, come on, man, the bandages are right there. You can totally do this. Just don't die on me. You have no idea how tense this is for me right now. I seriously am probably just gonna have to quit and restore if I lose all these guys, though. I can't afford to lose 3 gnomes this early in the game. Seriously injured, right eye, upper body, lower body, right leg, right back paw, left leg, left back paw, left eye, right arm, and left leg. Unfortunately, it's already killed one of my gnomes. And these gnomes can't possibly be in very good health. Well, is in good health. I feel a lot less scared now. If the unarmed builder hadn't attacked alone, probably would have been okay. zoom way the heck in on this epic combat. And with any luck, the hospital's supply of bandages is not empty. Nope, there's enough bandages that we can heal our bleeding. So as long as we can keep this guy suppressed... Oh hey, the turning of the seasons! I was totally going to talk about that. That's going to have to be saved for after my military victory here, I suppose. Or not my military victory, as the case may be. The hammer is clearly not a good weapon to use against a honey badger. Normally I use dual swords early on and... Okay, it is blind, bleeding, seriously injured, everywhere. It's not gonna live much longer. Unfortunately, Min Mixie has finally gotten to the point that she's bleeding from every orifice. There are still bandages. I can totally heal, as long as I can kill the thing. I hope the taunt is working. Like, you should be in perfect health. Nope, you're bleeding too. We're all gonna live or die together. It all comes down to this. Okay, it worked. We lived. Is there anybody who knows how to apply bandages? If not, congratulations, you guys have all been promoted. You are now given full doctor capabilities. Not everyone, just you guys. Not everyone in your profession, just you guys. Health, profession, doctor. Go heal each other, now. Nope, he just bled to death, like seconds afterwards. Okay, given that I've lost 2 gnomes to a botched combat activity, I'm actually going to go ahead and restore back to my previous save, rather than deal with the fact that I've lost this many gnomes this early in the game. The concept of combat, I'm sure, was illustrated, and I showed you how to outfit and equip a squad. What would have been smarter to do would have been to not get into combat until I had an appropriately armed squad. 4 or 5 gnomes, each armed with dual swords, would have been better than this. But I, got greedy and this happened. Anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the video and then reload to the point before I declare the attack. And we'll continue from there. Thank you all for watching. I will see you guys next time.